Hey, Magic fans, we're back again. This is your captain speaking here on Captain Clyde's MTG. That's right, you guessed it. We're back for another adventure in Forgotten Realms. Oops, wait a minute, Lord of the Rings. Sorry, I didn't mean to trigger anybody from Baldur's Gate. But we're back to more Lord of the Rings spoilers. Here we go. Don't forget, comment, like, subscribe. It helps the channel. A little subscription don't cost you a thing. And you'll let it be known anytime I post a video. Whew, man, it's late. Yeah, I've been on a Diablo binge and I'm not sleeping much. This is gonna be ugly. But I am caffeinated, so that should help. Not. Um so we got about 10 to 15 cards. I forget the exact count. Got a pretty good spoiler list for Monday. So let's get into it because this is about to be good. All right, so we're going to start off with today Shagrat, the Loot Bearer. Ain't that kind of the same thing as a lot lizard? You know, the people that hang out outside the TA truck stops. What? Never mind. Sorry, wrong story. So for a black red and two, you get a 4/4 when Shagrat. I just can't get. I'm gonna love this name. I hope this is really good enough to play. I wanna play this. Whenever you attach up to or whenever he attacks, attach up to one target equipment to it. Then amass X, where X is the number of equipment cards attached to Shagrat. This thing is bonkers good. 4 mana for a 4/4. Free equip. I mean, put a sword on it after you swing. Plus, swords cast for a number of equipment. So you only get a 1/1 orc, but technically could unequip it for free and then swing and re-equip it to, continue doing this over and over. Pretty cool. Good rare. Gonna be great in limited. Probably gonna see some action in commander. 4 mana is really pushing it though. I don't know if this does enough um, for modern. And it's also not in the right colors to play hammer. But maybe this will make a new hammer deck. That'd be kind of cool. But all right, moving on. Next we get past the Shagrat. All right, we have Oath of the Grey Ghost. So black and 3 for a saga. Page 1, you and target opponent each create a food. Page 2, each opponent loses 3 life, create a treasure token. And then 3, you create 3 tapped 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying. Not bad for 4 mana. It does say you and target opponent. So in Commander, it'd be pretty good. You can give food to somebody you want to. Um, each opponent loses 3 life and you get a treasure token. It's pretty sweet. And 3/1/1s at the end. Not bad for an uncommon for 4. Next we have Intish Restoration. That is the ugliest int I have ever seen. That looks like my ex on non-shave day. Anyway, green N2 instant. Sacrifice a land. Search your library for up to 2 basic lands. Put them onto the battlefield. Tap, then shuffle. If you control a creature power 4 or greater instead, search your library for up to 3 basic land cards. Put them on the battlefield. Tapped instead. Oh, hello. Yeah. So this is a better, what is it, Haro? The green one that lets you do this without the benefit of getting an extra land if you have power 4 or greater on the field. Every commander deck that wants land on the battlefield is going to play this. This foil is going to be expensive. It's just too sweet. Wow, is this a good uncommon? All right, next we have Bib Child of Ungad. Well, I am too caffeinated and tired to pronounce this stuff right. Sorry, guys. Green, black, and 4 and 8/8. 6 mana, 8/8 with Death Touch and Ward 2. Other spiders you control have Death Touch and Ward 2. Good God. And whenever another creature deals combat damage this turn, whenever another creature is dealt combat damage this turn by a spider you control, dies, create a token that's a copy of that creature except it's a food artifact. Oh, that's funny. So you get to make a copy of it, but it's a food. Get it? Because it, spit them up in a web like in the movie and save them for later. That's just hilarious. I wonder, will there be a way to uh, copy these because the token's got to be the other card, but loses all of its card types. I just wonder if there'll be some kind of weird shenanigans that'll let you like fix. I doubt it, but still a 6 mana 8/8 with everything that it just does is bonkers. Hey, maybe this will be the first commander spider for a spider deck. Dun 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 dun. All right, moving on. Next we have Fiery Inscription. Even though it's in Mount Doom, it should have been the fireplace at Bilbo's. Anyway, red and 2 enchantment. When Fire Inscription enters the battlefield, the ring tempts you. See, should have been at Bilbo's, not in the volcano. Whenever you cast instant or sorcery spell, Fire Inscription deals 2 damage to each opponent. That's pretty sweet for an uncommon. Uh, it's basically a gutter snipe. It's hard to get rid of because it's easy to have creature removal. Enchantment removal, you only have select few, so this would be pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie. Next we have the Mouth of Sauron. Black blue 3 colorless for a 3/4 legendary human advisor. When the Mouth of Sauron enters the battlefield, target player mills 3 cards. Then amass Orcs X, where X is the number of instant and sorcery cards in that player's graveyard. Wow, not the 3 that's milled, total in graveyard. This could be really cool in Commander. That's probably about as far as it's going to go. Do want to give a shout out. I appreciate them making sure that all the evil people in this set are pale. Since that's the only people you can throw shade at these days. Oh, shade, bad word. Moving on. Next we have Phial of Galadriel. That's right. This was really cool. Helped saved Frodo and Samwise had it. So 3 colorless legendary artifact. If you would draw a card while you have no cards in hand, draw 2 instead. That's pretty sweet. If you would gain life while you have 5 or less life, you gain twice that much life instead. Plus, it's a mana rock. Just wow. It's not gonna do a whole lot in most decks or formats, but Commander, this is something special. Because think about it, if you run your hand out, but normally you try to save some cards or whatever, but if you have this on the battlefield and you run your hand out on purpose, when you draw for your turn, you get to draw 2 cards instead. And if you have 1 card in hand, and this is on the battlefield, not 1 card is, let's say, an opt, you opt, draw your 1 card, and then draw a second one. So now you have 2 cards, untap, burn your hand down till you have 1 card left that lets you draw, then you can draw 2 cards. So it's a perpetual engine that can really just go ham. I like this a lot. This is going to be in a lot of Brawl Commander style decks as one of. Not only does it have the life thing, the card thing, but it's a mana rock as well. So this is fantastic. I like it. All right, next we have Int Drop Basin. Hey, guess who's in here drinking the stew? 2 colorless artifact. X tap. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature with power X. Activate only as a sorcery. Not that great. It's cheap for small creatures, but very expensive for big creatures. So, it's probably okay. Power level wise. Mirror of Galadriel. 2 colorless legendary artifact. 5, tap, scry 1, then draw a card. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature you control. Again, probably a good commander card. Just on the surface, what it does is really cool. If you get a couple legendaries out there, it gets real cheap real quick. And if you got the Galadriel Vial as well, and you got no cards in hand, you're drawing scrying 1, drawing 2 again. Yeah, hoorah, let's go. Alright, next we have Erwin, Lady of Rohan. Black 2, 2/4. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature gains your choice of First Strike or Vigilance till end of turn. If that creature is equipped, it gains First Strike and Vigilance till end of turn. Equip abilities you activate cost 1 less to activate. It'd probably be okay in a equipment commander deck, but 3 mana 2/4 is very lackluster. What it does with First Strike and Vigilance is just okay. Equip abilities down by 1, not so hot. But in Commander, when you have equipments flying around left and right, this is probably pretty good for the equipment deck. Next we have Elrond, Lord of Rivendale. Blue and 2 for a 3/2. Alright, decent rate. Whenever Elrond or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. Sweet. If this is the second time this ability is resolved this turn, the ring tempts you. Interesting. It's going to be a good card in the ring tempts you deck, I guess. A 3 mana 3/2 that scries 1. It's going to be great for limited, but that might be about it. Next, we have Lost to Legend, 2 white instant. Put target non-land historic permanent into its owner's library, 4th from the top. That's cool. White, this is normally a blue thing, but white kind of does it too. Um, it's interesting removal, to say the least. In this set, it'll be really good because almost everything is an artifact, legendary, saga, or historic. But 4 from the top is only enough to slow them down. I'd really like to see this actually just destroy those things because artifacts, legendaries, sagas. I think it's time we up White's game. 2 white, this should be a destroy, not a 4 from the top. But also, the good thing about this is it says target, so it doesn't say opponent. You can put your own stuff back in your deck to protect it. So that may be a little something to consider as well. So next we have Flowering of the White Tree. So 2 white, legendary enchantment. Legendary creatures you control get +2/+1 and have ward 1. Non-legendaries creatures you control get +1/+1. Wow. Wow. We got Crusade on crack. This is just a better Crusade. Like, it's a Crusade, period. If your creatures are legendary, it's Crusade Plus. Like, this is insanely good. Now, we don't see a lot of Crusade decks, so I don't know if it'll really see any play. But power level, I mean, this is pretty sweet. I am not going to lie. All right. Next we have isiladors, Fateful Strike. 2 black and 2 legendary instant. Okay. You may cast legendary instants only if you control a legendary creature or planeswalker, so it has a drawback. Destroy target creature. If its controller has 4 or more cards in hand, they exile cards from their hand equal to the difference. I mean, at 4 mana, you're probably not going to catch somebody with 7 cards in their hand, or even 5. Vraska's Contempt just seems better, because also you don't have to have a legendary thing on the battlefield. So it might be really powerful and limited, but at the end of the day, it looks like a really pricey, rare removal that's probably going to be dollar bend. All right. Next, we have Radagast the Brown. But why is he green? But dump bump. Anyway, so I like this. Let's see. We got 2 green, 2. So 4 mana for a 2/5. Avatar Wizard. Legendary. Whenever Radagast the Brown or another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, look at the top X card of your library, where X is that creature's mana value. Sweet. Wow. You may reveal a creature card that doesn't share a creature type with a creature you control, and put it into your hand. Put the rest of the bomb in random order. Again, an amazing commander card. This might see some play in a few decks. The one thing I thought it might see play in was elementals, but since everything's an elemental, you only get to do it once or twice because you get to do 4 for Radagast, and then once for the first elemental, unless you already have elementals in play. So probably more of a commander card, because it doesn't do anything else other than let you put a creature in hand. But still, a pretty sweet card in Mythic, and I mean it is Radagast. This is kind of, I can see this being on par with what he'd be slinging. All right, and finally we have Gift of Hair. Dun dun dun. That's supposed to be 3 strands. Are there 3 there? Are there 3? 1, 2. I think there's 3. All right. So anyway, a green and 3 enchantment aura with flash. When it enters the battlefield, you get to scry 2, and enchanted creature gets +3/+3. I am not impressed. I mean, it's cool flavor. Don't get me wrong. +3/+3, 3 strands of hair, yada yada yada. Scry 2 is cool, but 4 mana instant enchantment. I think we could have done better, but it is just an uncommon, I guess. So there you have it, boys, girls, 3% young ladies, and whoever else is watching out there. That's the leaks for Monday. I hope you enjoyed them. Thanks for coming by. Don't forget to check out links in the description. eBay, Patreon, my email if you want to reach out and say hey. And with all that said, until next time, be kind. Hope to see you crossing the game table. All right, let's turn Diablo back on.